Let's talk about fluoride.
Sure.
What's your opinion there?
Well, my observation, I have a few opinions, but my observation has been regardless of the amount of fluoride that people have ingested and applied, it hasn't significantly impacted the expression of disease, for one. Um, the side effects, shall we say, of applying fluoride to teeth, like we focus completely on what we're doing to the tooth. Yet it's impossible to apply fluoride to the teeth and not have the mucosa, your cheeks, your underside of your tongue, also, get exposed to it, which is some of the most absorptive tissue in our bodies. And the science is very clear that when you're absorbing fluoride, you will have negative neurological consequences. So again, it's just like the mercury issue. Like, we just ignore using common sense that if we know scientifically it's going to cause neurological damage, well, if we just focus on the tooth part and don't tell people about the rest, we can keep using it, and it makes no sense. And also, like, for how many millennia was fluoride not an addition to people's water supplies intentionally? And many centuries went by where people overall weren't expressing dental disease, right? And because they're eating a healthy native diet, foods weren't processed for the longest time, and they did fine. And a lot of it gets back to nutrition and gastrointestinal health. Are we able to absorb quality nutrients if we're getting them at all? And how does that help our mouth stay healthy just as it would the rest of the body? So we have to look at things in its wholeness to really help people, which is, heck, the person that we refer to more than anybody else in our practice is a functional nutritionist. People who come in, they're like, oh yeah, I've got these gut issues. We got to straighten that issue up, right? It's a critical part of being connected to your oral health. So, but yeah, personally, I don't use fluoride. Nobody in my family does. Your saliva is designed to remineralize your teeth very effectively. But in order to have healthy saliva, you have to have healthy blood, which means you have to absorb your nutrients.
Right. The nutrients that strengthen your teeth, your bones, your muscles, all of your cells come from food. They got to go in your mouth, through your digestive system, into your bloodstream, and then circulate around and come back into the roots of your teeth, right? And
Yep.
and obviously your saliva is helping too from the outside, but
For sure.
but even those nutrients are coming through to your salivary glands,
Yep.
right? And coming
That's
through
right.
that way as well. And so it all just makes too much sense, obviously. And I haven't used fluoridated toothpaste in, I don't know, probably 18 years.
Yeah.
Haven't had a cavity. We remove fluoride from our drinking water with a fluoride filter, and yeah, I don't know. I just don't have any use for it. There's a few documentaries. The Fluoride Deception is a pretty good book about this. Christopher Bryson, I think, wrote that. And then my favorite documentary, favorite documentary title, is called An Inconvenient Tooth.
Oh yeah.
You remember
Nice.
that one?
Yes, that's awesome.
Yeah, and they if anybody wants to really go down the rabbit hole and understand the fluoride, how fluoride ended up being used in toothpaste and added to our water supply, it was just sort of a way for the aluminum industry to get rid of some toxic waste that they didn't know what to do with. Again, more toxic waste. They can't dump it in rivers and streams, but they can put it in your water supply and claim that it's going to make your teeth healthier. So anyway, well, that's good to know. I'm glad we're on the same page on the fluoride thing. Not that I'm surprised that you that we would be. Thanks for watching. If you like what you just saw, why not subscribe? Here's a link to do that. And if you'd like to watch the full interview, you can find it at chrisbeatcancer.com. There's a link to it in the description right below this video.